having a plan for getting a win today. Uh, but speaking of ourselves, we did not play good enough to win with things we did. You don't deserve to win when you play that way. uh, there's some things we did today that things we did and some things we didn't do, and you know, I'll save a lot of judgment until we have a chance to go back and have a chance to watch the film tonight and really make sure that we're correct on everything and what we saw. But we missed 2 field goals in the game, critical times right before half. We getting the ball second half coming out and have a chance to get a swing there in the middle 8 of the game. And then not only is it points when you get down to the red area, but it's also momentum. And then I thought in the first half, we missed a lot of tackles in the first half. We didn't come up and make the plays we needed to. Too many extra yards out there, way too many extra yards. And then we really challenged them. I thought the second half they did a little better job of that. But obviously not good enough to come out with a win. So credit to those guys, but we got a lot of work we have to do. We have to get to work on this and be critical of it. Special teams is something that is for 3 weeks now we've not been up to expectations or played the way that I think we should play. Know that we should play, and then it's every game it is in the game of football. It's a line of scrimmage game, and whether you're going to throw the ball 60 times and run it 10, right? When you run it 10 times or run it 60, it doesn't matter. You got to be able to establish the line of scrimmage and be able to be positive. Have positive plays. Otherwise, it puts a lot of pressure on the throwing game and the timing of the throwing game. And we weren't able to do that today. So again, credit to Notre Dame. But we got work to do, and there's a lot of season left. We got to get these things corrected, and we've got to be able to move forward. And, all right, I'll say that very specifically, not move on, because move on means you don't worry about it and forget about it. All right, that's not the case. All right, we've got to move forward. All right, we've got to be able to work forward. So with that, we'll move any questions.
Okay. Did you sense like maybe a lack of focus today, or from your team, drop passes, penalties?
Yeah, that's the crazy thing about the game. I thought we had a very focused week of practice. I thought we were very focused for the game, leading up into the game. I thought the guys had been detailed during the week. Execution had been good during the week. And then we get out in the arena and get in the arena and the lights come on and we're not able to execute. So and when you play a good football team, right, you've got to be able to execute and make plays.
What was your evaluation of Zack's performance and first start in 2 years and against a very tough defense in Notre Dame?
Yeah, they're good defense. Thought he was gutsy. I mean, the kid's tough. He's nails. He's tough as nails. Went in there and gave everything he had. And we got to step up around him and be able to compliment him and help him.
Kyle, for also being a student today, what'd you make of the replacements who came in, played for him in this one, and then is there any update on his status for moving forward?
Yeah, we won't have any updates on anybody. I haven't talked to the trainers yet, really from today, with any of those guys. So the guys that played in there, Tajay and EJ played today in his place. We'll look at the tape and see. And see really how those guys did and what they need to improve on and what they need to get better at. Stepping in, I don't think that it was too big for them. They both played football. They both played a lot of snaps. EJ's been hurt early on, so getting him back in there. But last week, I think it was the first game back. So we'll evaluate it and see where they're at. But I thought the D line played hard. I thought they affected the game in some ways. There was too many missed tackles at the second, third level.
Right.
your snapper is normally pretty reliable on, field goals. Do you think maybe he was rushing today, or what did you see from those 2 high snaps?
Yeah, I mean, I saw the same thing you saw. Again, we missed 2 field goals, and that goes with everybody and everything. I'm not going to say anything about one individual player, until we can see it and see why it was and what happened. But then today we missed 2 field goals that were critical times.
Coach, you talk about from a defense perspective, missing tackles. Was it like toward the end of the second half? Was it exhaustion? Was it just fundamentals? What was it on that second, third level?
Yeah, well, really, I mean, the big ones were in the first half. That was one where they extended a lot of drives, a lot of hidden yardage that was very. I mean, you get a chance to get a guy down for 2 or 3, a 2 or 3 yard gain. They ended up getting 9, 12, 14 yards. That's where a lot of the yardage came from, and it was really in the first half. I thought they came down and started supporting harder and faster in the second half. But once you read your keys and see what it is, you got to be able to transition. I told them at halftime, I said we were tentative, like very tentative, and like coming up and waiting to see what they were going to do. We got to go take our shots. All right, we got to be aggressive in the thing and trust the other 10 guys are coming behind you to help you.
Coach, what can you say about the team's rushing attack today?
It wasn't there. And so, it's like I said, we weren't able to establish a line of scrimmage and get positive plays. Right? To be efficient. The bare minimum of efficiency on first down is 4 yards. Second down is half the distance. And third down is to be able to get the first. And I don't know if we accomplished that more than a handful of times.
Coach, Warren Burrell intercepted a pass from Riley Leonard, so the team's gone in takeaway in each of the past 3 games. What do you think has led to this increase after a slow start in takeaways?
Yeah, I mean, it was good to see him get a pick. That was a good momentum changer early in the football game. But obviously we weren't able to capitalize on it. So, consistently capitalize on what I'm saying. And you get those big. That's why you want to get takeaways. You want to be able to change momentum swings, and not even just for that next drive. It was really the momentum swings you want to be able to change for the whole game. And build a bit of fear in your opponent of being able to throw those balls. So, we've got to continue to improve in that area.
Time for a couple more. We'll come back up here.
Did you get an explanation from the refs on the 2 hits on Shanahan? Those are both kind of momentum killers. One of them he got pulled to the ground by a guy falling down, and then the other one would have been, even if it was just a roughing, would have resulted in a first down because it was your 4th and short. Did they say anything to you? Because it seemed like by the letter of the law, they were both roughing.
Yeah, we speak after every one of those situations, and we communicate with each other. But I'm never going to say anything about officiating. After a football game.
Chad, if you could wrap us up, we'll get players. So.
Do you have any expectation on Haynes King will be able to play next week? Is this a multiple?
I don't. I mean, it's you can look at me crazy and say day to day, but that's kind of what it is. I mean, I don't know. Don't know where he's at. As far as it's not a season-ending thing. I can tell you that it's not a season-ending injury. It's going to depend a lot upon just how quickly he can rehab and come ready to roll.
Thank you, Coach. Okay. On everybody's left, we have offensive tackle Jordan Williams. On everybody's right, we have wide receiver Eric Singleton. Go ahead and open right up for questions. Chad?
Jordan, why was it so tough to get the rushing attack going today?
I just feel like the O-line, obviously, the O-line always got to show up to play for our offense to be able to go. And that's something we got to put on our shoulders going into the next game for sure, because none of us was satisfied with how the game was going. And just the turnout of us not really running the ball as much, especially between the tackles, that was really frustrating us.
Eric, how difficult was this Notre Dame defense for you guys? It seemed like a lot of the plays where you guys normally bust or can get away from a guy and get an edge, they were closing down really well with their pursuit angles and cut a lot of that stuff off where you guys weren't able to maybe get the explosive you expect in the screen game or some of the quick passing.
I mean, they watch film just like we watch film, so of course everything not gonna work, but you just got a game plan, get better next week.
What'd you make of the play of the backup quarterback?
He played a great game, and we just gotta get better. That's all. Next week we're gonna come out and play. Win.
Jordan, how did this Notre Dame defense compare to some of the other teams you played this year in terms of the physicality and their ability to get after the quarterback?
You know, they definitely a good group. They play hard, play physical, chase the ball. You know, at the end of the day, if your defense can do any of those, you always gonna have a good chance. So they were definitely a good defense. But, you know, it doesn't matter who you playing. You always gotta go out there and give them your best, and we gotta get better.
Eric, did you notice anything different about the coverage as far as them like rolling it over on you because Haynes wasn't in the game today?
Yeah, they were bracketing me a couple times, but there's nothing I can do about that. I just gotta get open.
Jordan, how much is this equal parts just flushing this one and moving on to conference play, but also, maybe learning from this one a lot and maybe using it as fuel moving forward?
Definitely not flushing it because there were mistakes all across the board that everybody could clean up. So definitely about to go into this weekend and a couple days into the week, definitely fixing all these mistakes and really focusing on what we all need to get better at. We put on tape this game that we can't put on tape for any other games this season.
Eric, question for you. Obviously, you're the leading receiver today. I want to walk you back through that 4th and 2 that you had one-on-one with the Notre Dame defender. What's going through your head on that play? You got to try to get that first down.
I had to do what I had to do to get my team in the best position. Trying to win. That's all.
Jordan, the false starts, especially with the center position, does that have something to do with working with the new quarterback and the cadence and all that kind of thing?
No. That wasn't Zack's fault at all. Zack was out there playing good. It was more so, communication up front, us trying to make our calls, the defense in front of us making their call and they shift calls. And once again, that's something that has to be addressed this week. It has to be fixed going forward because it's hurting us.
Coach said that this is the 3rd straight week that he feels like the team hasn't lived up to his expectations. For you guys, what do you feel like needs to change to get over that hump?
I really just gotta keep working, get better every day, attack every day, get better every week, play next week.
Continue to get healthy too.
This coming for both of y'all. When Zack gets the call, what's your mindset as far as from a lineman perspective to protect him and from your perspective to give him to help him out to get him through this game today?
Up front, it's really always try to take pride in pass protection, take pride in whoever's back there, have full confidence in whoever's back there, and we all know what Zack can do. So Zack playing really, we all have full confidence in him. We all had his back.
And at the receiver end, I mean, he got recruited here just like Haynes got recruited here. So as long as he can get the ball to us and we gotta make the play, catch it.
Sure. Jordan, you've had the benefit of playing with Zack before in games with him as a starter. How did you feel like he handled the moment and getting back out there for the first time in 2 years to do that?
I feel like he handled it well. I feel like everybody has to be clicking, or else him playing this game right off the rip is gonna make him look like the bad guy. But Zack wasn't the bad guy. Zack did his job. I feel like Zack did everything he needed to do to put us in a place to win. But you know, it's 11 players on the field.
Thank you, fellas. Appreciate it. On everybody's right, we have quarterback Burrell. We'll go ahead and talk about the questions, Kelly.
Warren, I know the game didn't go the way you wanted to, but you got your first interception at Georgia Tech, first interception in a while. That was a heck of a play. Can you just walk us through what you saw there and how you were able to pull that ball in? Because that's pretty miraculous.
I mean, well, it was a thirds coverage. I played the deepest man. The quarterback just gave me a chance. So, when he throws it up, gives you a chance like that, you got to take advantage of it. So, I'm really grateful that I was able to. It's something that, people been getting on me all week, where you pick at it's a pick this week, it's a pick this week, it's almost like you're speaking into existence. So it was one of those moments. And it was really cool to share that with my brothers.
Rod, then we'll come back.
Or when you made the interception, did you realize that there was no one around you?
Yeah, I mean, it was a moment there where, you can see I was kind of waiting if I was going to come out of the end zone or not. But, I was just kind of scanning the field. I saw grass, so I decided to take it out. But, that's all. Shout out to my dogs for blocking for me. It's a great defensive play.
Right here.
Hey, Zeke, talk to me about, Coach talked about tackling today. How do you feel from a defense perspective about the tackle you guys did or didn't do, and what can you do to improve that going forward?
Definitely. First half kind of didn't go all the way with tackling them. Missed a lot of open field, a lot of yards after getting a man on them. So we were stressing that going into halftime. Like, let's clean that up, because honestly, I feel like we've been doing a pretty good job with that this season. So that's kind of one of our worst halves with that. But I feel like second half we picked it up and got better.
Zeke, obviously no quarterback pressures or not many sacks. Just how physical was Notre Dame's offensive line compared to other teams that you guys have played this year?
I don't consider no line really physical. I feel like we got out there up front. We need to get to the quarterback more, but I feel like in the aspect of just knocking people back, we got out there though.
So Riley Leonard was kind of a preview, or at least if you're going to have a continuation of kind of that skill set of being able to run, being able to pass effectively over the next two games. Did you feel like you passed that test today, or where do you feel like you can improve moving forward?
I definitely feel like we can put a better cage on the quarterback. I feel like he got out too many times for our liking. So that's definitely we're going to work on this week. As we got another quarterback that's pretty good, can throw the ball, can run. So definitely just working on that cage and keeping them in the pocket and obviously getting them down.
Okay, in the corner.
Zeke, you were second on the team with 5 tackles today. What went into that performance for you?
Just Coach Simpson and the whole D-line, we've been drilling, knocking people back, hands, shedding blocks. So I feel like just kind of came to light today. So.
Mine was a follow-up also to that, Zeke. I mean, 2 tackles for loss in this one. It seemed like in the running game, he was having a lot of success shedding blocks. But what would you kind of maybe attribute that to, allow you to kind of get past and make those big plays?
Say that one more time. Yeah, my bad.
I just said, what would you attribute it to, just to be able to make those big plays? I mean, you were living back there. One of them, I think you got so close to another TFL, but it still allowed you just to dominate, in that sense.
Honestly, just preparing for the week, just visualizing, going there and making them plays. I was just out there just trying to have fun, play with my brothers. So, obviously, coming on my last year, so I'm just trying to give it everything I got. And that's it.
Warren, you guys got attacked a lot with the quick slant game and the throwing the tight ends or receivers in that short passing, kind of quick passing game. Is there anything in particular you guys can do to maybe be better positioned in those plays, or was it just good calls against the coverage you guys were running?
I mean, personally, I never really feel like it's something that the other team does. You know, playing DB, you know, it's a technical position. So a lot of times, you know, when you see plays like that happen, you'll go back to look at film and you're like, okay, there's things we could have did to prevent that. So I mean, obviously we haven't seen the film yet, but I'm sure it's the same with this case. So you know, it all just goes back to how we prepare and how we practice. You know, we just go back to it this week, back to the drawing board, and prevent it going forward.
Anything else? Gary, if you want to wrap this up.
So guys, it seemed like the plan of action was kind of just to play a little bit softer and back and rally up and come up and tackle. Am I accurate in that perception? And what did you make of the way they attacked you and then the way you guys responded down the stretch in the second half?
I mean, as far as the game plan, we play our defense. It's not really something specific or something that we're gonna really change just for, you know, specifically for the team, because it's about how we play. And you know, I mean, today it was just you know, chips didn't fall in our favor. But what was the second half of that question?
Just, I mean, the way that you guys responded in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, the way we responded in the second half, you know, like from a defensive perspective, like, you know, like I told him, you know, I'm really proud of the way that we fought as far as the second half went. You know, there's a lot of teams, a lot of people who will be in that situation, and things get worse for them. You know, they come out in the second half. You know, but I'm really proud of the way the guys rallied. Got a lot of crucial stops in that second half. We weren't able to capitalize as well. But, you know, from a defensive standpoint, I'm really proud of those guys and the way that they fought back.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.